Hello guys, welcome to calculus class. And this time I'm gonna go over this FRQ 2018 and calculator session. So because it is a calculator session, I cannot show you everything. So you have to figure out some portion by yourself, like just click in menu 31 or menu 32. Okay, but I will just teach you the concept. So let's look at this table. So we got a table. So usually when you get a table, you have to rejoice because most of the time it's gonna be either trapezoid or Riemann sum. So T represents a minute and G of T represents a cubic feet per minute. So G of T is already rate, okay? So keep that in mind. Itself is already rate. So grain is being added to silo or silo at time equals 0. The silo is empty. The rate at which grain is being added is modeled by the differentiable function g, which is this table, where g of t is measured in cubic feet per minute for 0 to 8 minutes. Select value of g of t are given in the table above, so we got the table. Using the data in the table, approximate g prime of 3. Using correct units, interpret the meaning of g prime of 3 in the context of the problem. So you want to find the first derivative, and since g of t itself is already rate, what you're looking for is the rate of rate in this case. So this is going to be a rate of rate, which means like something like acceleration, okay? So let's look at it. Since equation is not given to us, only thing that we can use is the table, and you want to find when t is equal to 3, and to me, 3 should be between 1 and 5. So that's what you're going to use. So g prime of 3 is going to be, I'm going to use this one instead of equal because it's an approximation. G of 5 minus g of 1 over 5 minus 1, like a slope formula, which makes sense. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is same thing as a 20.5 minus 15.1 over 5 minus 1. And when you actually do this, you can use calculator. You're going to get 1.35. And be careful. This, if you leave it like that, that's not full credit because you have to interpret what that is. So since it's a rate of rate, write like this. So it's a grain is being added, right? Rated. So I'm going to write the rate at which, I'm just copying this one, grain is being added at time t, time 3 minute, or actually instead of write time 3, I will just write t equals 3, it is increasing because it's a positive number. It is increasing at a rate of 1.35 cubic feet per minute squared. So be careful. It should be minute squared because it's a rate of rate. Okay, and that's it. And next, you're gonna find total amount of grain added, and apparently from time 0 to time 8, and we're gonna use right Riemann sum. So there you go. I told you it's gonna be the trapezoid or Riemann sum. So it's gonna be 0 to 8 of g of t and dt. We're gonna approximate it. So let's look at this. I'm gonna use blue. So here to here, it's gonna be 1, and I'm going to 1 times 15.1 plus here to here is a 4, and right one is gonna be 20.5. So I'm gonna write 4 times 20.5 plus 5 to 6 is 1, and I'm gonna use 18.3 plus here to here is a 2, and I'm going to use 22.7, and I'm not sure. 2 times 22.7. And if you use calculator to add them up, you should get 160.8. So since it is the cubic feet. I'm not sure if units matter, but since g of t was a cubic feet per minute, antiderivative of this, it should be just cubic feet. Okay. So let's look at C. Now you're putting grain into the silo, and obviously sometimes it's being spoiled, and it is being spoiled by rate of this one. And from 0 to 8 minutes, that's the equation that we're going to use. So we're going to use the approximation from part B. So we have to use part B. We have to find amount of the grain that is unspoiled. So here, this is just total grain, which means there's unspoiled grain plus spoiled grains are all in one, which is 160.8. So what you're going to do is, if you want to do this, if you want to find unspoiled one only, and that represents the rate at spoiling. So you want to find spoiled one at time 6. So what you're going to do is, you're going to use this one. You're going to find the rate. So I'm going to put this minus this. So it's going to be 0 to 8 g of t minus 0 to 8 w of t. That's what you're going to do. So we already got this one from the previous question. This is 160.8 minus this. Only thing that you have to do is you just put this one into calculator, like 0 to 8, 32 times antiderivative of sine pi t over 74. You just have to use this one in calculator. I believe it's menu 4.2. So if you use calculator of this, you're gonna get 99.0514. Okay, so this portion, if you use calculator, you're gonna get this. Okay, and 160 minus 99 is gonna be about 61.7485 cubic feet. Okay, so that's the unspoiled grain remaining at time t, like time equals 8. Okay, so last one, based on model C, is the amount of unspoiled grain in the silo is increasing or decreasing. So you want to find if they are increasing or decreasing at t equals 6. So you just want to find what's the g of 6, because you want to find is it increasing or decreasing. So this is a rate, which means usually the first derivative. But do you see this one itself is the rate already? So you don't have to drive it. We just use it. G of 6. So it's going to be G of 6 minus W of 6. All right. So that's 6. We want to find if is it increasing or decreasing. Okay. So if it is a positive, it's gonna be increasing. If it's negative, it's decreasing. Now G of 6 is right here. So when G is 6, this one is 18.3. So it's gonna be 18.3. You can just get this number from here. W of 6, what you have to do is you just plug this one in here. So W of 6 is equal to 32 times, you just put this one into calculator, pi, instead of t, you're going to plug in 6 over 74. And this is going to be about 16.06317. So it's going to be 16.06317. Yeah, that's it. So when you plug this one in, you are going to get 2.2368. And do you see it's a positive number? So you have to write, you're going to write, this is positive. Therefore, it is increasing. So it is very important to write like this, okay? And you have to show the reasoning just like this, okay? So that's about it for the question number 1. Question number 2. Let me go with question number 2 since it is very easy. So snail is traveling along the straight path and we have this one, that's the velocity. Question says find the acceleration. Acceleration is you just drive this one, right? So v of when 10 is a 5. So what you gotta do is you just put this one into the calculator and put x equals 5. That's it. And you're gonna get 0.5384 inch per minute. You gotta be specific with the unit, okay? So be careful. And question is asking for the displacement for the B. So displacement means a position, which means that's an antiderivative of this velocity. So what you're gonna do is antiderivative from 0 to 15 of v of t, which means you gotta do menu for 2, and instead of vt, you are gonna put this one into the calculator, this portion. And when you do it, you should get about 76.043. That's it. And since it's a position, it's gonna be just inch. Okay. C. Now, from here, snail is what's the instantaneous velocity, which means equal to the average velocity over the time. So that's the v of t. And average velocity means, like 1 over b minus a, that one. That's what it is. So we have to do it. So let's do this. So 0 to 15, so I'm going to put 15 minus 0, 0 to 15, and I'm going to put v of t. So only thing that you have to do is you just put this one into the calculator. Like you have an equation below, you just have to do 1 over, so that is going to be 1 over 15. We already got this portion from the previous question, which is b. It's going to be 1 over 15 times 76.043. Let me use this one. So this portion is only this portion. And this, I got it from here. Okay. So this is going to be 5.069. Okay. Now, what you have to do is, that's the average velocity, but you want to find if this, where this is equal to this one. So what you have to do is, you got to put this one into the calculator. So what you have to do is, you have to graph v of t, right? And y equals 5.069, like this one, what we just got. So you're going to put this one in and see intersection between. I cannot really show you the, what's that called? Inspire, but I will show you through decimals, although you cannot really use it. So I'm going to put y equals 1.4. Natural log should be somewhere here. Natural log of 1 plus x squared. Wait, is it radian? Yeah, it's a radian. Okay, good. And then second one is y equals, what is it? 5.069. 5.069. So do you see we have this, obviously you can have a negative one, so it's going to be positive. So do you see 6.03 comma 5.069? What you want to find is what time it is. So it's going to be x value, which is 6.03 minute. So it's going to be, it's going to be 6.03 minute. That's what it is. So we got the last question here. This one, I don't think I can go over in this video because it will take some time. So I will go over this video next time, okay? That's about it, guys. I love you guys. Bye.